Kendrick is not letting up on Drake. Okay, I thought I was getting played. Of course, I was scrolling online. People were talking about how Kendrick released another response to Drake called "Not Like Us." I didn't know if it was real or not, so I hit you up.
Nessa, it's Saturday night. I was on the train on my way home. You texted me, and I checked Twitter right away. I checked X right away, and I clicked on it.
And it's real.
And I listened to the very beginning.
Right.
And I stopped. It's real.
You're supposed to
and I
listen
was like,
to
you
it
know
with
what?
me for the first time so we
I'm
can
supposed to
react
listen
in
to
real
it with you.
time.
That's why I stopped. But Nessa, just hearing the beginning made me really want to hear it. Even though I thought after he dropped Meet the Grams, I was like, why would he drop another one? It doesn't make sense. Now it's oversaturating. But I heard the very beginning, and I'm like, all right, let me hear it.
I was thinking about that. Is this too much? Are people going to tap out? I don't think so. We haven't heard from Kendrick in a very long time. So any new music from him, people are going to grasp onto. That's a fact, okay? Also, Drake, we know Drake creates great classic songs. So we too want to hear what he's creating. Unfortunately, the situations about one another clearly don't like each other. So let's get into it right now. The latest from Kendrick is called Not Like Us. And let's do a quick time check. It's Saturday night. So it's been out for how long at this point? Maybe an hour or two?
2 hours. 2
Okay.
hours. It's Saturday night around 10 p.m. Eastern. So it's been out around 2 hours at this point.
Let's go.
I see dead people. Monster on the beat, ho, depot, any rap. He a freak throat, man down, call like Amber Lambs. Tell him, hey, bro, Nella, get across, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass trying to see Compton? The industry can hate. Come on in, mama, how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pull on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any torment they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the bay gon' let you disrespect Pop? I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird and bird just go. The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further. I promise. Ain't there some P-rap that's forbidden? You Malibu most wanted. No, boy, you ball boy. Fish Gatorade or something. Since 2009, I had this dumping. Cause I get a wedgie, be flipped over your boxes, or over your foe. The other vaginal option. See, nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in content. Might write this for the doctor. Tell the pop star quit hiding. Caption won't action, no accident. I'm hands on. He around, get polished. Wayne growing, he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central. Better not speak on Serena. And your homeboy needs subpoena. That predator moving flocks. That name gotta be registered and placed on neighborhood watch. I lean on you like a line of walk. Yeah, it's all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay, put the wrong label on me, I'ma get them dropped. Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. Ay, how many stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie, here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod. Ay, city is back up, it's a must, we outside. Ay. They not like us. 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 Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homies still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca, building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second, let me put y'all on game. The settlers was choosing town folk to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you, this the real challenge. You call future when you didn't see the club. Like, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your first street cred. Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Like, what? Quavo said you could be from Northside. But 2 Chainz say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. He was God's plan to show y'all the liar. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga. 69 God, freaky ass. He a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Freaky ass. He a 69 God. Freaky ass. He a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Let me hear you say OV ho. OV ho. Say OV ho. OV ho. Then step this way. Step that way. Then step this way. Step that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way, then step this way, step that way.
So they're not going to be making up anytime soon is what we're understanding at this point. What is going on? Okay, so many questions. We have to go back because this is our first time listening to it. There's a bounce to it.
You know what? Kendrick heard everyone talking about diss records and they're not for the club. Kendrick made one for the club.
Yeah, he was like,
this is a DJ Mustard beat.
He was like, let me see what's going on. Oh, you think I can't? Watch this. Okay.
We were just saying that yesterday, Nessa.
Right.
You said, I need something happier. He's referencing Family Matters. Family Matters dropped yesterday. So he literally made this song yesterday.
Do you think there's a possibility that he's worked on this and then he just went in, adjusted a couple lines? Because what?
It may be. Maybe it's possible, but I think he also has bars to just listen to something and put something out. He probably had the beat. He probably has just a bunch of beats and they're ready. Like, who knows if DJ Mustard gave him a beat to go at Drake, which is so crazy because Drake mentioned YG in Family Matters.
Right.
And then Mustard and YG collab all the time.
I have a question. Do you think when you're in a situation like this that you also kind of feel a way towards the producer?
I don't think you can really fault them because Alchemist, he came out yesterday and he, I believe, said he didn't know what Kendrick was going to use the beat for because he's the one that made the beat for Meet the Grams.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't think
so.
I don't think that's the same case for Mustard because he's putting, I looked him up right now. Hold on, and I just got off the page. I think he was putting like devil emojis. Okay, so he's definitely clear on where
clearly on Kendrick's side.
It's a West Coast thing from my understanding from what I'm seeing on here.
This whole diss record is a very West Coast diss record. I love it. Like, first listen, it's a Mustard beat. He got some bounce to it. He actually sounds like Sugar Free rapping on it.
You know what?
When I heard it,
I thought at one point he was gonna say something to pay homage to Sugar Free. Yeah. I was like, wait, is he gonna say it?
What's your Sugar Free? How does Sugar Free sound, Ness? Very pimp. I'd rather give you my beer.
I really thought
no, it's a very Sugar Free flow.
Yes. And I was like, wait, is he going to say something? I think, you know why I would have wanted him to say something? Now look at me being like a rap expert on lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm not. But I felt like it would have been nice to, give some light to OGs in the game that have been doing it for a long time, that have influenced so many people, that clearly have influenced the greats. But anyways, so let's go on. Can we break it down? Let's peel it back a little bit.
He talked about the Bay.
He talked about Pac.
From the Bay. So I loved it. He talked about Pac. He was like, said something to the effect of, you think the Bay is going to let you disrespect Pac? Oakland is going to be your last tour stop.
I don't like that energy. Katrina, I don't like that energy.
Okay. Well, it's more about
you
think the Bay is going to you think the Bay is going to let you disrespect Pac. Two most recent Tupac things. He bought Pac's ring and then he used Tupac as an AI and Tupac's estate stopped him.
Here's the thing. I don't think that's like Drake trying to disrespect Pac. I think he admires him so much. But I understand.
Yeah, but if you're a Pac fan, you could be disrespected by these actions. But the song got bounced.
Yes.
There's a lot of call outs that you would say, like he's saying OV ho. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of things that are very catchy that people can grasp onto that I think would be good for the club. And imagine you're in the club and people are chanting this. And he chanted, I forgot what he chanted, but it was very similar to Drake's Family Matters where he goes, Day free.
Oh, yeah. We'll come back to the lyrics a little bit. Give us a second to digest it. I mean, again, we're listening to it to the first time together right now. So we need a moment. But anyways, let's talk about other things, other findings.
So the cover for the song "Not Like Us" is a overhead picture of Drake's mansion.
Where, in Toronto?
And it has in Toronto.
Okay.
And it's covered with the registered sex offender app markers, because Kendrick's been saying a lot about how Drake has sex offenders around him and that people should not be bringing their kids around Drake and his team. So the cover's actually registered sex offender markers on Drake's Toronto mansion.
You know, when I first saw that, I thought it was like a video game. You know, how like, you know, drop your location or whatever. Wow. Okay. So that's not what that is.
Oh, man. You know what? And you know what, too? To me, Kendrick, it's, you know, it's great when Kendrick drops something or he says something that you're like, damn. So in here, I didn't get a lot of, oh, damn. But for me, this is kind of what he needed to follow up with. Something that showed that, you know, it's like, all right, I got bounce, too. You want bounce? Here's a bounce.
Whew. Okay. Now, what's interesting in it, the lyrics where he's talking about that he's got more. What else? What do you want, Kendrick? What do you want? Right? Like, what do you want at this point? Also, I'm going to say again, I'm not counting Drake out. I'm not.
No. But Kendrick has a double disc of hate ready for Drake. He drops back to backs. For every one that Drake has dropped, Kendrick has gone back to back most recently. Like, you know, Drake dropped, what did he drop? The push-ups. Kendrick went back to back when he dropped, what was it? There's so many at this point. He dropped Euphoria, and then he dropped Meet the Grams.
The thing, I think it's good because, to be fair, because I think you're skipping a point, Drake actually was the first to start doubling down and doing back-to-backs first. So I actually think good. Kendrick should step it up because Drake's been doing it. I think Drake should monitor the situation and see, oh, this is the angle that you're going with. But I don't know where Drake takes it next.
I don't know.
Who knows what he's got figured out, but I don't think he's going to back down, just like he hasn't.
I mean, I just think Kendrick has a double disc of hate ready for Drake. So Drake is going to need to have 3 on deck when he drops.
3 double discs?
So if Drake, 3 records ready when he drops, and then he can switch a line based on something Kendrick said in the past record. But to me, personally, I think Kendrick is still up.
Do you?
Okay, so Drake dropped Family Matters. I thought it was great.
I thought Family Matters
I loved it.
Held its own.
But Kendrick did such great execution with dropping Meet the Grams 40 minutes later that everyone stopped dissecting Family Matters, because it's like, oh my gosh, Kendrick just dropped right on top of him. It was such great execution of how he dropped. And then, boom, Kendrick drops again, and it's something you can dance to. Kendrick mentioned Serena in the record. He's like, don't even talk about Serena, because Serena's from Compton. Like, Kendrick is not playing around. He's very West Coast right now.
Serena Williams. I was like, who?
Yeah, she's from Compton.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know who Serena was. Yeah. And I thought they dated back in the day.
Serena and Drake had whatever they did in the past.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, I wouldn't talk about Serena in general because she's the greatest athlete of all time. What's there to say? Unless you're saying that, what else do you have to say? But anyways.
But he even has a call out saying "Obi ho," and then he does dance moves at the end. Like, this is a Drake record, and Kendrick just bodied it.
I feel like he tried to marry, hit him up and cha-cha slide together. Do you know what I mean? like, yeah? You think I can't make a dance? So you think I can make a song for the club? Watch this.
Oh, yeah? Obi ho. Go left, go right. Whatever he's doing. And it's going to be one of these kind of West Coast dances with your elbows up.
And the like how the feet are angled in a certain
way.
Right.
Ooh. And then they're going to hop and do a little clap. Oh, my gosh. I like it. I don't know what he's going to do. Nessa, what can Drake do? What's left for the two of them to say to each other? Like, Kendrick goes at Chubbs. He goes at Party Next Door. He goes at Baka Not Nice. Like, he's mentioning everyone around Drake now.
I mean, let's not act like Kendrick, there's people around him. He's not even, from my understanding, with Top Dog anymore, right? Who knows what that whole situation was all about? Maybe Drake knows some inside information. I don't know. I think that Drake and Kendrick are smart enough to know that they got to have enough information on one another. And I just think that Drake is willing to go to whatever length it may be to find more information about Kendrick. He might have something. He might have, what if he has some type of footage or picture or something that could be insane. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
There are hefty allegations on both sides that have not been really addressed, and everyone's just going past them and getting.
But that's why we
the
said
party
that's
tracks.
exactly why I said it feels really heavy. And
Right.
while I enjoy great music, I mean, at some point, that needs to be figured out. Are these things that are being said
Right.
true or not? I have no idea. I'm
Right.
going to lean on the side that I
Right.
don't believe everything from anyone, which is why I said, hey, this is getting dark. It's getting to a really, concerning place. And at some point, people have to figure out if what was said was true or not. You and I have no idea what was said as far as it having any truth to it. We don't know. We're not in the game like that. Listen, we're moms, okay?
Right.
We go home, we take care of our kids, we take care of our family. Yes, we've been in broadcasting and we do know a lot of behind the scenes, and we've been doing it for 19 plus years. But when it comes to this situation, I have no idea. None.
Okay, Nessa, do your mom voice and try and stop Kendrick and Drake from fighting right now. What are you going to do in your mom voice? How would you handle your two nephews fighting?
Guys, enough, okay? Go to your corners right now, okay? And we're going to figure it out later. I don't need you guys to talk right now, but guys, okay? Let's breathe.
That's not going to work. They're going to come at each other full force. They're like, okay.
Do you think this stops anytime soon?
No, I would just like it to not happen tomorrow. I just don't want anything to happen tomorrow. I'm trying to chill.
Right.
I'm trying to relax. I actually want to play this record a few more times. I stopped playing. I only played Meet the Grams once.
Right.
That's how unsettling it was.
I only
didn't want to
listened
listen to
the
it.
time that you and I listened to it because it was unsettling for sure.
It's haunting, and I still remember the things he's talking about, and it's very haunting. I do not like
But
it. Like,
also,
but it's so good, but I don't like it. It's a good diss record.
Family Matters also was uncomfortable, but there was more of a bounce to it. But I think if it was like a, kind of spooky sounding beat, I think I also would have felt unsettled because there were some really harsh things said in that. Very disrespectful.
In Family
Yes.
Matters. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
And then you go online and you see people going posting pictures and tagging, Kendrick's. I don't know where they are in their relationship. They might still be together. They might be married. We don't know, right? But I just feel bad because you're, involving a family. But anyways, I don't want to rehash that conversation because we're clear that we're moms and we don't like when kids are pulled into this or families are pulled into this. But
I mean, we didn't even talk about how Kendrick accused Drake of sleeping with Lil Wayne's girl while Wayne was in jail. There's a lot of accusations flying here. I don't know what's real, but I don't know what Drake is going to say. All I'm saying is Cat Williams needs to close the portal of hate because he opened something up in January that just let the floodgates open and everyone is just saying anything now that was on their mind if they want. All the truth is coming out.
I think what Kendrick is doing is he is unifying the West in that regard. But Drake's from Canada. What is it going to be? Toronto versus the West?
It's going to be
weird.
Drake, Justin Bieber, Celine Dion, Avril Lavigne. They're all going to link up. Those are all the Canadians.
What if there was a video of remaking New York, and it's Justin Bieber, Celine Dion? Are we too silly? Are we just being too silly? I love it. How does this compare to other past beefs, in your opinion?
They're going hard. I think this is the hardest I've seen, and it's because we're in a different era. You can drop something so quickly at your fingertips now. You'd have to go to the radio station before.
Right.
You'd have to premiere it with Flex. You'd have to go to the radio station. Now, it's literally, they're uploading it onto their YouTube. They're not even putting it on streaming platforms. They're putting parodies on Instagram. They're talking to each other via social media. This is a whole different ballgame. I can only imagine what Pac would have done with social media during his beef. I have no idea. What 50 would have done during his beef.
I'm going to say this. I
have no idea.
I think this content is more brutal. I do.
Yeah.
I think it's more unsettling. I think it's harsher. I think all of that in comparison to past beefs. And not saying those past beefs weren't pretty, intense. But I just think this body of work of all these songs, if you put the kind of animosity that's behind every song, I think it's more intense than previous beefs. And you know how I feel about Hit 'Em Up. I felt like that was like, oh my gosh, I was scathing.
Right. I need an R&B record from Drake. I just need you to bring it back. Let me get a love song. Let me get an R&B
that right
record.
now. You know people would be relentless on him.
I forgot to call you on your birthday. I told you I'm a Drake fan. I need that.
Whew, I'm going to stay on this timeline. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. And we will be back for you. Make sure you subscribe to our page. You turn on your notifications so that you're not missing out on anything. And yes, this is Nessa Off Air Quickie. And it's because we quickly hop online to talk about, I was going to say really important things in the world, but important for us. So please make sure.
It's important for me.
Right. Come on. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to us, and then we'll catch you next time. Katrina, it's so clear what side you're on. I feel so bad dancing to it. The lyrics are mean.
Listen, we danced to Party Up. Party Up is a diss
By the way, it
record.
was a diss record to Corrupt. We were talking about Dog Pound earlier in this conversation.
Yes.
And that broke my heart because
So-
I love Corrupt.
I know. It's a
Corrupt is one
So
of
if
my
we can
favorite
dance
MCs
to that,
ever.
Corrupt is, he's so underrated.
Absolutely. Don't get me started.
If we can dance to that,
Yeah, but I didn't know at that
I
time
can
when
pop
I
my
was a
collar
kid.
to this.
I didn't know at that point as a kid that's what it was.
you know what? I can see them in the West Coast clubs right now, hitting one of these.
I feel wrong doing this.
All
Drake
right.
is going to come and prove a
Okay,
point
okay,
to you.
okay, okay.
Watch.
Drake is gonna he's gonna pop his collar in the next one.
We'll be back. Bye.